Welcome to the newest edition of TNI News with your host, JC. Hey, all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and welcome to Wednesday edition of TNI News Live. And we're kind of in the eye of the storm. Last weekend we had New York Comic Con, and this weekend we have not only the MCM London convention, but then Hasbro's 1027 event on Sunday. So we're kind of in that middle eye of the storm where it's a little bit calm, but things are going to start ramping up as we go into the weekend. So I don't have any really a lot of specifics of what we're going to see this weekend. But I will tell you that as far as Hasbro goes, the reveals at MCM, the London convention that's going on this weekend, the convention starts on Friday, but the Hasbro reveals are going to come on Saturday. Now, they don't have a panel this year. All the reveals are going to take place at the Hasbro Pulse booth that they are going to have at the show. So I guess on Friday they might have some newer stuff out for people to see. So we might see some pictures. But as far as like brand new reveals, that's going to come on Saturday. And there's actually, I have a breakdown on the times for when we can expect those reveals. So let me just pull it up here. So now keep in mind these times listed here are for London, which is about 5 hours ahead for those of us on the East Coast. So, you do the math depending on where you are, in the country watching this. But again, these times listed are 5 hours ahead for those on the East Coast here in the United States. So in other words, these reveals are going to happen fairly early Saturday morning. The 11:30 a.m. Star Wars reveal, and I don't, just like last weekend, I'm not expecting a ton of things. I'm expecting 1 or 2 items probably for each brand, that type of thing again, just like we saw with New York Comic Con. So, but whatever they're going to reveal for Star Wars is going to happen at 11:30 a.m. London time, which I believe equates to about 6:30 a.m. Here on the East Coast. Then Marvel is up next at 1 p.m. London time. So that's going to end up being, let's see, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2. That's going to be at 9 a.m. 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1. No. 8 to 9, 9, 10, 10 to 11, 11 12, 12. 8 a.m. Yeah, math was never my strong suit. So 8 a.m. Looks like is going to be here on the East Coast, even earlier for those of you on like the West Coast. But 8 a.m., whatever they're going to reveal from Marvel. I know Hasbro brand team members are going to be there. So like Dwight is supposed to be there. Dwight Stahl is supposed to be there for the Marvel Legends brand team. Emily, I believe, is going to be there. So they are going to have actual brand team members there at this London convention this year. So, but again, I don't know exactly how much product we can expect to be revealed during this, but, I'm not expecting a ton of stuff. But Marvel, being in London, I keeping my fingers crossed, maybe we will finally see Phoenix for, Rachel Summers in the red, spike jumpsuit to round out our Excalibur team. That would be a cool reveal. Just thinking, Excalibur London be a good fit, but I guess we'll have to see. Transformers will then be at 2 p.m. So that would be 9 a.m. Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern time, and then G.I. Joe will be the final reveal at 3 p.m. So that'll be at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So like I said, I don't know how much product is going to actually be revealed for any of these brands, and I don't have any specifics of what's going to be revealed. But again, we are going to be getting more reveals. Pre-orders are going to be just like we saw with Comic Con. We're going to get the reveals on the weekend, and then pre-orders will take place next week. And then there's the 1027 event. So that starts at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And again, I would expect maybe one reveal per brand during that event. But we'll have to wait and see. For Transformers, I know they said specifically that they would be showing off our first look at their movie series, Devastator from the original animated series. Essentially, they're doing an updated combiner series, combiner Devastator. So we're going to get our first look at that during the 1027 event for Transformers. But again, beyond that, I wouldn't be surprised at either at MCM or at the 1027 we get the official reveal for the Nemesis Enforcer for G.I. Joe Classified. That's kind of my guess. Like I said, I really have no idea on the Marvel Legends or Star Wars. But again, for Marvel Legends, at least at MCM, I would love to see a Rachel Summers Excalibur Phoenix. For those of you familiar with him, Dan Hu's review will be on hand at the MCM convention. So he will be, he's going to send us some pics and stuff, but he'll have his own coverage. I'm sure he's going to be interviewing somebody I'm sure he'll at least interview like Dwight during the event. So, you can check his YouTube channel out for coverage. The booth at MCM for Hasbro's S1300, by chance, if any of you are in London and you're planning on going to the convention, their booth number is S1300. So, again, we're kind of in that eye. It's pretty quiet since New York Comic Con, but then things are going to pick back up, taking us into next weekend. And then, like I say, for the final week of October, you can expect more Hasbro pre-orders to be happening. Jay's Toy Collection UK probably also, I'm guessing, will be at MCM this weekend. So another fellow that you might keep an eye out on for coverage. Yes, I think MCM will be there with Dan, so it should be fun. Looking forward to whatever they got revealed, whatever they're going to reveal. Ratio, PulseCon September 13th. Yes. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but yes, those 1027 is the next. We already had PulseCon, and then 1027 will be coming up this Sunday. Kobo Cop, what is up? Ratio, you're welcome for the New York Comic Con coverage. I got a few things I want to touch, re-go over from Monday. Felix is in the house. What's up? How's it going? It's going good. Steve Areno, howdy, howdy, howdy. What is up? Road Pig John, how are you doing? Some of you guys you should be able to hear me good. Hopefully. Another thing I want to talk about, if you backed the HasLab Giant Man, that has started to ship out to folks. I got my shipping notice yesterday. According to the tracking, it should be here by Monday. Maybe it'll show up sooner. Oftentimes it does, but I should have mine by Monday. But I've already seen folks, including Jay's toy collection there in the UK, has already gotten his. But folks have been starting to get their HasLab Giant Man figures. So if you back that thing, you probably will be getting an email, if you haven't already, saying it's shipped out, and just keep an eye out for it. But again, that thing has been shipping. Now, I saw some reports, and I don't know if this was something widespread at all, or just like somebody, but like a pair of the eyes were missing or something. So again, I don't know how widespread that is, but definitely when you get yours, make sure you have all the eye parts and everything. John Brooks is in the house from Ireland. It's always good to see you, my friend. The Giant Man really need to be at HasLab taking the new Sentinel. Well, keep in mind they just started that whole made to pre-order thing. I would suspect that if they did Giant Man now, it probably would follow under the same model as the Sentinel, but you do get probably it's a little taller, a little more detail than the Sentinel. But again, you know, if they had already started doing the made to pre-order model last year, then probably I wouldn't be surprised if that's how they would have done Giant Man. Judge Dredd says, I saw a review of Giant Man, looks like a really big Legends figure. Well, it's not as big as Sentinel, as the HasLab Sentinel or Galactus, but it's pretty close. Austin, what is it? What is up? So, other news I wanted to share with you. So, like I said, there were a couple of things I wanted to touch base. We talked about last or on Monday, but I wanted to kind of clarify. So, um, I got to get my cursor. All right, there we go. All right, so let's go with GI Joe. So, first, I forgot to talk about the two name reveals that they gave during the panel last weekend. So, if you caught my live stream of the panel, then you probably caught this already. But I just, since I didn't mention it on Monday, I just wanted to get it out there. But Darklon, Dester's brother, can't say that's a figure I've been dying to get, but that one, Crystal Ball, and kind of a unique character. Some people hate him, some people love him. And then Snake Eyes version 4 were the main line, meaning names, no images or anything like that. But those are supposedly figures coming in 2025. The other thing I wanted to clarify, oh, and I forgot to mention, or I think I forgot to mention, maybe I did, they had teased an image for what I think is meant to be a tease for the Thunder Machine. That to me, that looks like the tire right there. That's the tire, and then that's the front of the Thunder Machine. I feel like so. I think that's what they were teasing with this teaser image. I could be wrong, but that was my feeling on that one. The Rock and Roll Dr. Mindbender and Cobra Viper on the retro card backs, those went up for pre-order yesterday. But the other thing I want to touch about was the Mass Device figure. I went back and re-listened to what they said about it. So they actually didn't say anything about there actually being a mass device itself. They said there were going to be, over the course of 2025, there was going to be 3 figures offered with the elements from the mass device, and Snake Eyes being the first one of those 3. So I don't know if they're going to sell the mass device as a separate thing. I don't know if they're going to stretch this out over like 2 years and do a mass device build a thing like next year. I don't know, but at the panel they didn't actually specifically say there was a mass device coming. They just said that as part of this mass subline, there's going to be 3 figures they're going to release over the course of 2025, Snake Eyes being the first with the red element, and that there would be 2 other figures that they release. So some type of underwater figure, maybe with an eel, a large eel tube worm, I guess is what they were called in the episode. So that could be interesting. Just speculating, but one of the elements was found at the bottom of the ocean, and then the third element was found in the volcano. So I'm not sure what a big volcanic rock, maybe. I don't know. So we'll have to see what they do with the third figure. But as far as the actual mass device itself, I can't imagine they're going to offer the elements and not do the mass device. But I noticed when I went back and re-listened to the panel, they didn't actually mention the mass device as something that they were releasing in 2025. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Judge Dredd says a bag of rocks. Yeah, the third, like I said, tube worm. In fact, I'm almost going to go as far as saying they better do a tube worm with the underwater element. But as far as the volcanic element, I don't know what they would do. Like I say, that it was like a big giant. It was an asteroid actually that was in the volcano, and the element came from the asteroid. So a big giant asteroid would seem like the most logical to go with the element. I'm just not sure how exciting that would be for somebody to want to buy a big giant asteroid. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. I'm trying to track back to what you guys are saying. Did Giant Man really great figure? Well, triculated. Will they do a Brood Queen sometime soon? Definitely, I could see them doing that, but I haven't heard anything on a Brood Queen. 777. Well, you heard people guessing All Striker. That to me does not look like an All Striker. To me, that looks like the Thunder Machine. Any update on? No. In fact, I don't expect any updates anytime soon. Probably not until next year. If they had something that they were going to tell us, they would have told us, a couple of days ago. So I don't really expect to hear anything more on the delay until next year, and not really sure what's going on with that. Already seeing rumors, people are getting laid off, and Hasbro's ending the line. As I said, I feel like it was a mistake for Hasbro to make that announcement without giving more details, but can't go back and change now. So I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out. It's not. If you go and look at the actual original Thunder Machine toy, it matches up the closest with that. So my money's on Thunder Machine. Polar Bear would be cool. Polar Bear vehicle. Well, wait, I'm sorry, misread. It's pretty cool. Polar Bear going to need to build a snow scene. Yes, I was going to say the Polar Bear vehicle would be cool to see. And we've also gotten so many freaking dreadnoughts. I mean, they obviously love the dreadnought, so that's another reason why I think it's a Thunder Machine. I like big asteroids, and I cannot. Judge Shred. It is small compared to the. It's not small for a polar bear. I don't think it is small for the polar bear that was featured. That this figure is based on. The thing in the cartoon was huge. I mean, it was like monstrous big. I mean, if you're talking about realism, the polar bear featured in the cartoon, I think, was unrealistically big, and certainly this figure does not meet that size requirement. But it's just a regular old polar bear. I think this is a decent size. Mr. Almighty classified mass device would be cool, but yeah, I don't really need an asteroid. Oh, I do not eat. If it's a Thunder Machine, I think it might be a Pulse exclusive, but it's not going to. I don't think it'll be a HasLab. I think it will be a regular, kind of like the Vamp or the Stinger. It'll be released along those lines. Whatever. In fact, I will say whatever that vehicle is, whether it's All Striker, whether it's Thunder Machine, whether it's Snowcat, it's going to be a mainline release. It's not going to be they're not already teasing the next HasLab. Roland. The Snake Eyes, they have, it's a render, so probably next month sometime, but they have not given that information out yet. All right, let's see. Other things I wanted to touch upon. Let's flip over to McFarlane. So again, I put the entire panel, I streamed the entire panel up over the weekend. But if you didn't want to listen to that whole thing, I have done a detailed report of everything that they announced in that panel. So you can head over to TNI to get all the information. I wrote this up this morning. I think we pretty much covered everything on Monday. The Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. I think I said it only included the 3 3/4 inch figure on Monday. It in fact is going to include both the Batman 3 3/4 inch figure and the 6 or 7 inch figure. So it's going to actually come with two Batman figures. Neither one is truly in scale with the King Kong figure, but again, it is actually going to come with two different Batman figures. No idea when that's going to go up for pre-order. Let's see. Power Girl. I talked about the Power Girl, but she's going to come with her cat, Streaky. I had a debate with somebody whether the cat's name was Streaky or Stinky. They say Streaky in the panel, and if you Google both names, I guess Power Girl had a cat named Streaky and had a cat named Stinky. I don't know if it was the same cat and they changed the name, or she had two different cats, maybe two different universes. I don't know, but there's the Godzilla set, or well, it's part of the MonsterVerse Godzilla versus Kong versus Justice League. So I assume McFarlane's going to do a Godzilla figure at some point, but so far we've just seen the Kong figure. And again, both these Batman figures will be included. The Batmobile, we talked about that in detail. The fan poll that they did at the convention, where people in the audience got to pick, and the winner was going to actually be made into a DC collectible figure. So Green Lantern Jade was the winner of that. Bizarro came in second. Eradicator, Classic Eradicator came in third, and the Guardian came in fourth. But according to McFarlane, Green Lantern Jade, because that's what people voted on the most, is going to actually end up being a DC multiverse figure at some point. I wanted the Classic Eradicator, but I guess Jade's pretty cool as well. That Boom Studio comic with Keanu Reeves, they first showed that at San Diego. This is confirmed to be cardboard, this playset for the 3 3/4 inch Lord of the Ring figures that they're doing. Red One, this movie actually looks pretty interesting, starring The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, final boss. He's So these are 6 inch movie Maniac figures, so don't expect a lot of articulation, if any. But Rock, Saint Nick, Santa Claus, well-known actor, Krampus, and this is an Amazon exclusive set. So the only way to get Garcia, this giant polar bear, is in this Amazon 4 pack. These are going to be going up for pre-order tomorrow. So these Movie Maniac Red One figures, you can look for these to go up for pre-order tomorrow. Again, this one is Amazon exclusive, but everything else will be available everywhere. So these are the regular single release figures. So Saint Nick, uh, Drift or the Rock character, and Krampus. There's also a 2 pack. I wish these figures were going to be articulated, because I think this is kind of a cool movie. These would be cool articulated figures. So real quick, there's the Power Girl figure with Streaky the cat, along with the Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and Captain Cold. The Geoforce Target exclusive. Forgot to talk about this one on Monday. They're doing a 12-inch mega fig of a red version of Swamp Thing. So this, I guess, was featured in Swamp Thing 50 issues 57 and 58. I've never read those comics, so I've never seen Swamp Thing in red. But for those of you who have, we are getting a figure. We talked about this. These are based on the Justice League Task Force video game. It's a Build-A-Figure wave. So these are all 90s versions, basically, of these characters. That's when the game came out. It was a console game. I had it on the Sega Genesis, I think. Aquaman, Superman, Flash, Batman, and then Darkseid is the Build-A-Figure. They did mislabel. This is not Aqualad. Um, Character's name slips my mind, but it's actually not Aquaman. I have it up here somewhere. It's annoying me. Now I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Tempest. So they call him Aqualad in the slide, but it's actually Tempest is the character. These we've all seen. These are all out. We talked about how they're changing up their Platinum Series labels. So the Gold Platinum Series label is a ultra rare figure, and a little more detail on that. This red one rock figure is going to be the first one, even though I don't think it's actually going to have the gold sticker because we're not going to see the sticker changes until 2025. But basically, this figure is going to be ultra rare because it has an actual authentic piece of the Rock's costume that will be included with the figure. So, like super rare, uh, you know, if that's your thing. But that's what the gold label for platinum means. And then again, the regular silver label is just a 1-to-1 color change figure. And then for the unique characters that are basically, they're not variants, they're just unique characters, those will have red Platinum Series labels going forward. And according to the panel, those will mostly be in store releases. So I don't know if those will be made available online at any point, but and oftentimes they seem to be limited to one specific store, but they don't usually give us those details. We just kind of have to figure it out ourselves. The Marvel stuff. So this is an interesting fun fact that Todd gave us at the panel. I guess when Todd was originally designing, creating his Spawn character, they did the red version as part of the 2-pack with the Todd McFarlane figure. This is a Walmart exclusive. It's already been hitting shelves, but it's that same figure in blue. But I guess Todd originally was going to make Spawn blue because originally Todd was going to make him a space character. So I never knew that before. Christopher Reeve Superman. This is the slide I was looking for. So again, for Red One, pre-orders tomorrow. This is a 2-pack with the Chris Evans character, Jack O'Malley, versus one of the Snowmen. Like I said, this to me would be a really cool action figure line. I just, with these movie maniacs, you don't really get any articulation. This would be a cool articulated action figure line, in my opinion. Let's see what else we got. Ecto 1, for those of you who have backed the Ecto 1, it is now past the halfway mark. We are now over 6,000 backers with just 40 days to go. Less than that, November 1st is the cutoff for the early bird Lewis Tully figure. So, but we are over the halfway point on this one. So 12,000 is the minimum backer number needed, and we are sitting at 6,118 backers right now. So again, if this is something you're thinking about getting, if this is something you want to get, I go on and back it now. So hopefully it can get to the 12,000 within by November 1st, so that the Lewis Tully figure is included. They're not going to charge you until the end of the campaign. So, if you think you might not have the money, then certainly I wouldn't recommend you buying something when you don't have the money. But again, they're not going to charge you until the end of the campaign, the end of these 40 days. And like I say, if you wait for the 40 days, then you risk it not getting to the 12,000 in time to release the extra figure. So, though I suspect that if for some reason the Tully figure is not included with this campaign, they will end up offering it as a separate release at some point down the road. For you Mafex fans, we've got a couple of new Mafex figures that have gone up for pre-order. You can get them at places like Big Bad Toy Store. For you Michael Jordan fans, we've got a new Michael Jordan figure. So $109 for Michael Jordan. Also Jubilee from X-Men. For you Marvel fans, we've got a new Jubilee. We've seen some images of these before, but if now officially up for pre-order. Looks pretty good. Coat is soft goods, if you're wondering. Has wire in it, but it is a soft goods jacket. So $110 on that one. Michael Jordan, and then Shazam, a new Mafex Shazam from Fury of Gods movie, which I don't know. This movie, I don't think we're ever going to see any more Shazam movies. So, but if you wanted a movie Mafex of Shazam, it is available now, and the cost of that one's $115. Hi Toys has another Chainsaw Massacre figure available for pre-order. This is the 1974 version. This is a 1/18 scale figure, so this is a 3 3/4 inch essentially figure, but it's available for pre-order now for $25. Also, if you've been collecting the Jax video game figures, these I think are about 5 inches. So these went up online. They'd been hitting physical stores, I think, but from Streets of Rage, the Rue figure. Let me see if it's still in stock. It was in stock this morning. No, it looks like that one is sold out. The other one that went up for pre-order, Altered Beasts, Were Dragon was another one. And that one's out of stock as well. So I don't know if these will be, restocked online. Again, these have been hitting physical stores. This is from Jax. These, like I say, I want to say these are about 5 inches. Been doing basically it's Sega. They're Sega Genesis type figures. I think all these figures they've done essentially have been in Sega Genesis games. So NECA released images for 2 new movie sets, which will be sold as Walmart exclusives. So Shredder versus Leonardo. And obviously they've done these figures before, but I feel like this is being done as a way for those who missed out on those, giving you another shot at them. Not yet been made available online. I don't know if they will be sold online, but again, being sold as Walmart exclusives. And then we also have another Casey Jones figure with a dirt bike. Again, I feel like this is for those who missed out on the previous Casey Joneses that they did. This just kind of gives you another opportunity at another Casey Jones. So, as I say, these have not been made available online at this time. They may at some point. In fact, I would almost say for sure that they will. But right now, and I haven't heard any reports of them showing up in stores, but probably will very soon if they haven't already started to show up. Remezco toy fans, Terrifier 112 collective figure has gone up for pre-order, so you can get this at both Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Cost is $115. Never seen this movie. Obviously, another horror clown. Clowns are always scary, I guess. So, but again, I've never seen this movie, so I know nothing about it. But if you're into this, then again, it is available for pre-order now. Also, I wanted to touch base. I forgot to mention on Monday, we talked about the Marvel reveals for Mezco, but we forgot to talk about the non-Marvel ones, including Samurai Jack is going to be getting the 112 collective treatment. These are pending licensing approval, so these could be subject to change, but your first look at Samurai Jack, Doc Savage, and Conan the Barbarian from the movie, 1982 movie. So, in the war paint. So, uh, Star Wars fans, let's jump over there real quick. New pre-orders went up today for the vintage collection figures that they showed off at New York Comic Con. All but that one from the Skeleton Crew. I don't know when the Skeleton Crew figures are going up for pre-order, but they showed off one vintage collection Skeleton Crew and then the Black Series ones, but none of those went up for pre-order this week. But these other vintage collection figures that they showed off are now available. You get them at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Also, for you vintage collection fans, if you missed out on the New Republic E-Wing that was available on Hasbro Pulse, this is essentially a Shop Disney exclusive. It is supposed to go up on the Shop Disney website on November 1st. So it was available, I want to say last month on Hasbro Pulse. I think it's sold out, but again, you'll get another shot on the Shop Disney website. New Hot Toys, Savage Opress, Darth Maul's brother, 1/6 scale figure. So this is, I don't know if this has gone up for pre-order yet. Yes, it is available for pre-order now. $295. So looks pretty good. If you're into 12-inch figures, from the Clone Wars, originally appeared in the Clone Wars cartoon. So he again is available for pre-order now. Not a whole lot on the Transformer front. Here's a look at a new Devastator reaction figure. This is a repaint, Wrecking Crew colors, so yellow as opposed to the traditional green. This was solicited in the latest issue of Diamond Previews magazine. So this will be available at comic specialty shops, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. But I don't know when exactly it's going to go up for pre-order or purchase. But again, for you reaction fans, that's coming. Um, I think on Monday I said these Transformer figures were going up for pre-order today, and the Star Wars were going up on Tuesday along with the GI Joe figures. So I think I got those backwards. Yesterday was GI Joe and Transformers, and today was the Star Wars figure pre-orders. But those all went up for, again, that they showed off at New York Comic Con. Those went up for pre-order on yesterday. Let's see. If you still trying to get the Studio Series Optimus Prime, it looks like it's available again. Or not, it's sold out on Entertainment Earth. But it is available still at Big Bad Toy Store. So that seems to be a pretty popular one. A new Big Bad Toy Store exclusive from Kotobukiya. So a new version of Poison Ivy, the autumn variant version for their Bushido line. So that was the latest Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. Major Bendy's Legion of Doom 2-pack that went up I think yesterday. Wow, $100. That's not cheap. But if you're a big Legion of Doom fan, you might want to check these out. I think we talked about Omega Supreme on Monday. Again, if you're a G1 fan and you didn't get the original release of this is a great figure. I highly recommend it. And yeah, I think we've talked about all these others, so I think we talked about this before, but Fresh Monkey Fiction is going to be making those Halloween Naughty or Nice figures available again on Big Bad Toy Store, so you get another chance at them. See if there's more demand for them this go around. I want to say these got canceled because there wasn't enough demand, but they're trying again. October 28th is when they're going to go up at Big Bad Toy Store. From McFarlane, Fallout 4-pack. I want to say this was originally an Amazon set, if I'm not mistaken, but you can now get it at Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. And yeah, that pretty much is all I have for you guys today on the news front. Again, this weekend, more Hasbro reveals. Hopefully, you will be checking them out. We'll have full coverage of everything from both 1027 and MCM up on the websites. Again, early Saturday. So probably by the time you wake up on Saturday, if you're somebody who likes to sleep in a little bit, probably most of the reveals will have been made. The last one is GI Joe at 10 a.m. So like I say, those will be going up fairly early. As far as other companies at MCM, I have not heard anything, so I don't know if there will really be any other companies with stuff. Usually Hasbro is the only main toy company at MCM, but if anybody else, other companies pop up there with new stuff, we'll probably have coverage of that as well. And then, like I say, 1027, Hasbro will send out links probably Sunday morning, I'm guessing, for premium members to be, supposedly only premium members get to watch that. But again, I don't think you'll have a problem finding out what the reveals were during that event, especially if you go to our websites. Jed Shreds, I'm waiting on the Marvel Select Archangel. Nothing ever comes when I have the money for it. Yeah, they did finally, they didn't show anything new for Marvel Select at San Diego, and they didn't have anything on hand new for Marvel Select at New York Comic Con. They did have the Archangel and some of the other War Machine and the Annihilus figures that they've been showing for some time. But they did at their panel announce Hobgoblin, Carnage, and then the Wolverine and the Deadpool and Wolverine figures from the new movie coming to the Marvel Select line. So I don't know when we'll get our first pre-orders for those, but we do have some new Marvel Select figures that are coming. Damien, I don't collect a lot of Marvel Select. Usually I only do the bigger characters, but I will be honest with you. I am curious to see what their Hobgoblin figure ends up looking like. Barath. No, it was not. It was War Dragon from the Streets of Rage video game, part of the 5-inch Jax video game line. No word on a Fing Fang Foom for Marvel Legends. Damien says Jada Toys will be there. Cool. Whether they have anything new though that they didn't, they just. I'd be surprised if they show anything new that they didn't already have at New York Comic Con. But again, if they do, we should probably have coverage of that for you. Jeremy says he's looking forward to the Archie comic Shredder from NECA they showed at New York Comic Con with the Krang head. Yeah, those Archie comic figures look pretty cool. Somebody told me that last Ronin figure that at first I thought was like Splinter, a human version of Splinter. It was actually, I guess, old lady April O'Neil is what that figure was. All right, well, that is all I have for you guys. If you guys don't have any questions for me, we'll probably, since we went long on Monday, I guess it's okay. We can go a little short today. Um, Grammy April. Is that what they really call her? That's kind of funny. Old Lady April. Yeah, that's the name I'm going with. I've never read that series. I mean, a lot of people say it's really good, but I've never read the Last Ronin series. Damien, no, not really. Super 7 Thundercats, those two deluxe figures have started hitting Target stores, but nothing more on Thundercats at the moment. I probably would not expect any more Thundercat news until next year. The Big Bad Toy Store Mumra was other recent Thundercat news. The red one, red and black one, but no, nothing. No major Thundercat news from Super 7. Yes, the little turtles call her Grammy April. It's always weird to me how many, like, depending on where in the country you are, how many different types of names that people come up with, like grandmother, like I always called my grandmother Granny, but same thing with like Pa and Ma and mother and father. It's always, I don't know. It's always been kind of weird to me how we come up with all these different names for things. What do I think that I have no idea, Road Pig John. Again, Devastator. We're going to get our first look for Transformers of the Devastator figure at that event, but everything else, I, Nemesis Enforcer, or looking at the Entertainment Earth drop zone page, it looks like the heavy duty figure. That they showed a render for, was it San Diego, I think. Trying to find the image real quick. So I think whether it's at MCM or 1027, I don't know, but I think we might get, like, again, we had the digital render of this figure. I feel like we might be seeing this go up for pre-order next week. So that might be one that they show off at one of the two events. And like I say, the Nemesis Enforcer figure, um, I can't. This one I'm waiting. This was like, I was really disappointed they didn't have this at New York Comic Con. This is one of my favorite Cobra vehicles. So the Claw. So this one I would love to see go up for pre-order here soon. We saw the Xandar, the Leatherneck. This one's already out. Road Pig's already hitting shelves. These were the HasLab figures. Law and Order. So, but yeah, this Claw is, like I said, always been one of my favorite Cobra vehicles. So I am hoping that maybe goes up for pre-order here soon. But as far as Marvel Legends go, I really, really don't know. Um, Oftentimes at MCM, it can be, they'll show like the first wave of 2025, which usually is a Spider-Man wave. So that's a possibility. Um, they've been talking about a third wave of X-Men 97 figures, which we'll see next year. But I think we're too soon for that. So I don't think they're going to reveal that yet. Um, Uncaged thinks Captain America. Maybe. We've got Captain America coming in the Secret Wars wave. I'd have to go back and look over the rumored lists. I kind of lose track, but I want to say maybe there were some Captain America sets that were in those rumored lists. So maybe. And of course, we've got the. I think we're still too far off from the Captain America movie to see anything from that. But again, I don't know. I kind of like to leave it a surprise because um, yeah, it makes it more exciting. If we know exactly what they're going to reveal, then kind of takes out the excitement. One thing before I go, I did want to. So I got. Yeah, flip. So I got. While I was in New York, I ordered two of these guys. The Horde Trooper from the Masterverse Horde Trooper from Mattel, the Mattel Creations website. These are Mattel Creations exclusives. So I want to go on and open one of these up real quick. All these little twisty tie things. Shoot. I definitely want to make sure this guy was secure in the package. So you get pretty nice packaging with nice artwork on here. You get the card back with Horde Prime or Horde X. Is this Theory or I don't know, Horde X headquarters, whatever you want to call it. More artwork. This guy is big. But nicely detailed. And I like that they actually made it so you could take the helmet off. So you can take the Horde symbol off. But I'm not sure what. This piece, I guess, goes on the back. Don't really give you any instructions here. He comes with a big giant sword, Horde sword. And he comes with a staff. I guess you can store the staff on his back with that piece. getting the helmet to... All right, there we go. Got to push the helmet in kind of good where it falls back off. So I'm assuming that's for... It's the back... This extra piece is essentially... You can put it on to hold the store of the staff. The sword would not fit in there. But I thought it was pretty cool. Bigger. They made the Horde Trooper and the Masterverse line bigger than I think they were originally. But to me, I think that makes them cooler. Pretty nicely detailed. I don't know why they made the Horde symbol removable. It doesn't do much, but pretty cool overall. So I want to see something. Oh, hand came off. Oh, so I guess if you want to take the whole top piece off, I don't know if this is really meant to do that or not, but you can take the chest piece off. You've got some red translucent plastic here. So that's kind of cool. You can even put the helmet back on if you want to. So, kind of a cool figure. I also got, while I was in New York, my G.I. Joe Starduster figure from Hasbro Pulse arrived. I haven't opened that one yet. But this was kind of like a last minute whim purchase. I wasn't going to get him at first. Then I was like, oh, what the hell. And then I also got the Walmart exclusive 2-pack with Falcon and Coral, mainly because I wanted the updated Falcon head, which I probably will put on my regular Falcon figure. And I got another box on the way from Big Bad Toy Store with another pile of loot stuff. Still waiting for my retro cardback Cobra Commander to come in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. But I got tired of waiting and went on and had my pile of loot sent. So my Wolverine, my Deadpool and Wolverine figures, along with the movie Colossus figure, will be in that box, and a few other things as well. Road Pig Johnny, we can customize it and put Hordak's head in it. It's JC's like when she stole Adora. Let me this is the only Hordak, the Masterverse line that I have. I don't know. Oh, it kind of works. So yeah, if you wanted to do that, you could. All right, so I think we'll leave it there. That brings us up to the hour, so right on time. As always, guys, thanks for hearing me ramble. I will be back on Friday with just a normal pre-recorded news video. At least that's the plan. Again, this weekend we'll have full coverage of everything from MCM and 1027 up on the sites, and then I'll be back on Monday, live stream on Monday, and we'll talk about everything that got revealed. As always, guys, thank you for tuning in. Stay safe out there. I don't have my pen handy to throw it at you, but be good, stay safe, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to toynewseye.com, marvelousnews.com, JediInsider.com, and Tformers.com. And remember, action figures are great,